going up to North Carolina for the tournament?
Well, it's been a good place for us for a long time. It's nice to be going with a good team.
Yeah.
A group who've, 4 of the 5 of them have played up there before, and it's, a lot of the conditions of the course are similar to what we have here. I think that's part of the success. The reason why we've had some success is green speeds and such. But it's a neat experience. Everybody gets a house. Unlike a regular tournament where everybody goes off to your hotel room and you're not around each other and stuff. It's kind of one of those deals where if you got the wrong guy in the group, it can kind of ruin the whole thing from an experience standpoint. But we've kind of found our own house up there, and it's got ping pong and pool and big screen TV. So it's nice because when they leave, there's so much downtime. You're not sitting around thinking, well, tournament. So, this is why you play and this is why you practice, and coaches and players are obviously evaluated based on postseason results. So I look forward to this trip every year. It's one of my favorite places. I guess probably success does that to you, but it's just a neat experience. It's a really good golf course, and the club and the members really want to have the event. You don't feel like you're some guest and you can't walk here and you can't walk there. So they've done a nice job of that.
Okay, does every team get a house like that?
Yeah, they find one. It's up in above Charlotte in the mountains, and so there are a lot of second homes. And the ACC finds places for everybody.
And do you guys have some sort of kind of ritual or something that related to the house or just being there that's...
I think, we started winning when we moved into this one that I found kind of through a booster of ours. And it's been good to us. So we tend to do the same things over and over again. It's right on the water, so, they can fish after the round and do some things. So you just try to get them as relaxed as you can.
I was just saying, I guess it sounds like it's a more tougher field than it has been.
Yeah, you kind of look at the ebb and flow of us winning the tournament. I mean, we had some really good teams here early on and won a couple of those. Clemson was outstanding, and North Carolina and others. So then the league has taken a little bit of a dip, but I think there's 4 or 5 teams ranked inside the top 20. So it'll be very competitive.
Okay. How long did not winning last year bug you?
I guess making all the way to the semifinals took that away. Again, all you can do is the best you can do, and we kind of got a bit of a raw end of the deal along with Florida State and the eventual champion Duke. We were out there, and I've never played in conditions like that the last 6 holes. And I think they thought that we'd never get to go back out there if they stopped it. And since it was just us 3 around the lead, go ahead and let them slug it out, and it's the same for everybody. You had a team win because somebody made a 10 on the last hole, and it may be the easiest par 5 in golf. So that's how hard it was blowing. And that's what Anders, for what he did those last 5 or 6 holes, just continued to break the record, was phenomenal. So not for very long. You really can't. You've got to get on to other stuff that, you got to advance to a regional, so there's no guarantee that you're at the final, so you just got to move on.
Obviously, results, you can gauge a lot from them, but how do you feel about this group compared to others?
Well, they've been easy to coach. They're motivated. Seniors, older group for sure. This is as close to accepting the label that a lot of people give us, is that we're nothing but van drivers. You don't have to say anything to these guys, and they want to do well. They realize what happened last year. They didn't win, and so you don't have to say much. They're older. The nice thing about older guys is they've played last rounds. They've played first rounds. A lot of people think the last round's the hardest round to play. Sometimes it's the first one. You go to the Masters and shoot 75, 76, you're probably not going to win. So knowing and hopefully learning that you just try to do your best for 54 holes and not make too big a deal out of either round. Because sometimes you get playing well, lead is no problem sleeping on it or playing on it because the wind's kind of at your back. So the key round a lot of times is what do you do the first 9 holes? You get off to the start that you needed, and then it takes care of itself.
Does this course particularly suit Anders? I mean, is that part of why he was able to...
He had it in the slot, and he set an all-time record, and he was 5 or 6 under par through 7 or 8 holes every day last year, and the back 9's got a lot of opportunities that he didn't really take advantage of. It could have been serious low, so nothing in particular, other than he was playing really, really well at the time.
And I guess, is this a good week for you guys to be going out of town for this long? Or?
Well, we used to play a week earlier, so we could at least come back and have dead week to get ready for final exams. But we'll roll off the trip here Sunday night, and there'll be guys going into a final exam on Monday morning at 8 o'clock. So not ideal. You have to coach a little bit different. I mean, with a week in between them, then you could kind of just, play basketball in the driveway and do all kind of things at night because you knew they had a week to recover. Now there's more guys going into their rooms with their books and trying to survive the following week.
Okay. Now Bo's thinking he says one class up there. Are your other seniors?
Seth's the same way. They those guys were full blown red shirts.
Right.
And so they've just got their capstone class left, and then Richie came in a semester early, so he's got maybe a 12-hour, but obviously Ollie and Anders are in the thralls of their junior year and have a full final schedule.
Right. With Ollie, I mean, can you kind of encapsulate what he's done this year and just how he's played?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. When they mentioned his scoring average the other night at the Yellow Jacket celebration, and right now currently it'd be the second lowest year in history.
Wow.
And that kind of says it all. And then
right.
the number of wins he's had. I think Matt and David and maybe Bryce were at 8 or 9 collegiate wins, and he's picked up half of that in one season. So he's playing really, really well. It's what everybody thought he would do out of high school. It just took a little while.
Okay. And I guess after the tournament, I guess you guys do their qualifying and stuff like that, but
we'll go ahead and really that finals week they're on their own.
Right.
And obviously with a couple guys being done earlier, typically we've let guys go home there for 3 or 4 days after, but with Bo graduating, his parents are coming down and they'll just stay here, and we'll start practicing that next Monday and have a week to get ready for regionals, and then the Monday before we would leave on the Wednesday is the U.S. Open qualifying at Marietta. And almost everybody's in that. I mean, Ollie's exempt because he's in the top 50 in the world amateur rankings, which gets you out of first stage of that, which is good. But everybody else will be at Marietta on that Monday, which is kind of nice to kind of put a pencil to it. And then we'll have to get on a plane or get in a car and go somewhere on Tuesday morning. So,
do you have any sense yet of where you think he might?
Guessing, there's a regional in Raleigh. There's a regional in Auburn. And with Alabama being ranked number 1, I don't think anybody's going to unseat them in a week. They would probably be assigned to the one in Auburn, and we hope that if we're the second highest ranked team on the East Coast, that they would be kind to us and let us go to Raleigh.
Right. Is there anything looking at this tournament that you feel like has a chance to really kind of?
Well, it's going to be interesting. Seth's it's his first time as a fifth-year senior, and so it'll be neat to see what he does. Richie was on the lead, I think, after 36 holes 2 years ago. And it played well there. Has not been in Ollie's wheelhouse yet, but he's never played it like he's playing right now. So they're all capable of. I think individually, any one of them could win a tournament.
Wow.
And it'll be fun to see how that turns out.